I spent 99 nights without saving a single child. And here's why. If we go to the badge listing and we take a look down here, there's actually a badge called Self-Preservation. Survive 100 days without rescuing any of the missing children. And that is exactly what I'm gonna do. So before we start, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And let's do this. As soon as I spawned in, I instantly started going to go grab wood for my campfire. After cutting down a couple trees or so, I was able to get my campfire to level 3 at the time. After getting my campfire to level 3, I decided to go off and start collecting some food for the night. Nothing too much happens on day 1, but I decided to just keep collecting more food and collect more wood. And by the time I knew it, it was already turning nighttime, so I needed to hurry up and make my way back to my campfire after grabbing some more wood. After settling in my new campfire area, I decided to go ahead and do a little ritual dance to go ahead and spawn in the crazy deer. As soon as I seen him, I decided to go ahead and walk up to him and show him straight dominance of who I am. I was showing him how fearless I was. The deer itself actually got scared and ran away. I also forgot that I start off with 2 traps in the beginning of the game, so I went ahead and placed these bad boys down. And by the time I knew it, it was already turning into day 2, which means it's back to work. The pelt trader actually arrived on day 2, and I decided to go look for the bunny's foot that he was requesting for. And after retrieving the bunny's foot, I instantly went straight back to him and traded him to get the goods sack to help me with my inventory. After receiving my goods sack from the pelt trader, I decided to go check out this shack area, which actually had fishing poles inside of it. Apparently, they threw out a new update to where now you can do fishing in this game now. They also had this fish discovery board where you have to find like all 9 of them, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I'm focusing on a different mission today. So after grabbing a fishing pole, I decided to go ahead and start fishing because why not? After collecting a good amount of fish, I decided to go ahead and return back to the campfire and let them cook. And I knew I still had a couple more minutes of daytime, so I decided to go ahead and grab a flashlight from this watchtower. After retrieving the flashlight from the watchtower, I decided to go ahead and check out this barn area too, since it was right next door. There wasn't anything too crazy inside the barn, just a couple scrap metals and revolver ammo. I did actually end up finding 1 bandage, which will come in handy if I get hit, but I saw that it was turning dark time, so I needed to hurry up and get back to my campfire. After night 2, I decided to go ahead and just finish up building my campfire up to level 4. So the whole entire day 3, I decided to just cut down a whole bunch of trees. After it turned nighttime, it actually showed a quick clip of the dino kid stuck in a room and stuff like that, but we're not here to save him, so you know. Day 4 has finally arrived, and for day 4, I decided to go ahead and do some exploring around the map. Apparently there was going to be like some type of battle thing that's going to happen tonight, so I needed to go try to find some weaponry to defend myself, you know? After looking around in some cabins and stuff like that, I unfortunately did not find any type of weaponry to help defend me. So luckily, I did end up finding a leather body armor suit to help me, you know, take less damage on impact. So that was pretty cool. And I also found a hospital of some sort, and there was a whole bunch of bandages and, you know, other stuff inside, so I decided to just grab everything. After grabbing all the stuff, I decided to go ahead and make my way back to the campfire and get ready for battle. After it turned nighttime, the deer ended up spawning while walking up to my campfire and acting like he's all tough. He ended up spawning his little goons to come and try to kill me, so, you know, had to make sure I take care of that without dying. I won't lie, they kind of got a couple good hits on me. My bar was pretty low, but it's alright. So after the battle, I decided to clean up the bodies and get ready for the next day. Day 5 has arrived, and the pelt trader was back, and he was looking for wolf pelt this time. So I decided to go and try to find some wolves to kill, that way I can trade him and maybe get a good item from him. As I was looking around for some wolves, I ended up finding the furniture trader. But before I could end up talking to him, a wolf ended up trying to sneak up on me and try to take me out. But luckily, I took him out first, and he ended up dropping his wolf pelt, so that was great. I then went to go talk to the furniture trader and try to see what he was, you know, trading. And I ended up deciding to buy a red signpost and a wooden table just for the heck of it. After a little bit more exploring, I did end up finding a spear, which is basically better at defending me, so that's really great to have. I then made my way back to the campfire to trade my wolf pelt, and I decided to take the good axe from him because it was the only thing there that was good. I then decided to go ahead and place down my new furniture and make my place a little bit more cozy and more welcoming to myself. But as I was just getting comfortable, the owl decided to spawn in and make my life harder.
That's my boy. No, my boy! Father hell!
Luckily, I'm in safe zone, so I don't have to deal with him, but we'll end up dealing with him sooner or later. On day 6, I decided to go ahead and just do a bit of a map exploring. I wanted to try find some more materials or more weaponry to help me out, and I also was just trying to look for more food to kind of just bring back to my campsite. And to be honest, besides finding some food and some scrap metal, the only good thing I found was a pistol, which will actually come in handy for when those fighting battle nights. But other than that, there was nothing really exciting on day 6, so I just gotta wait till day 7. On day 7, it was all about crafting and building up my campfire. My campfire was getting pretty low, that's why, and I wanted to throw in some firewood, that way it stays up. And I wanted to make a map also for me so that I can see what's around the map and what I missed. But other than that, day 7 was pretty much a snooze fest, so let's get to day 8. So for day 8, the pelt trader ended up coming back, and he was looking for alpha wolf pelt. But only problem is, I feel like I wasn't really ready to take on an alpha wolf yet, knowing I have barely any ammo or, I have terrible armor. But I decided to go do it anyways because I really did need some more better stuff. And apparently there's actually going to be another battle tonight, so I needed to go find some more ammo actually and prepare myself. So throughout the whole morning, I decided to just go running around, try to kill some alpha wolves, and do some exploring while collecting. I kind of overlooked the time, and I ended up having to run back in the dark back to my campfire, so I was a little late to the battle, but, better late than never. Luckily, I found a good amount of ammo, so I was able to take out these guys from a good far distance without taking too much damage. And luckily, throughout my adventuring today, I was able to get enough fuel to get my campfire to level 5. So day 8 was pretty successful, and we'll just have to move on to day 9 now. For day 9, I still wanted to find that alpha wolf pelt. So basically, I went off to go try looking for more wolves to kill, and also do some more exploring around some of the map that I have not been to yet. There's a couple bad guys here and there that I had to kill, and a couple wolves that just got in the way, but nothing too bad. And with a little bit of exploring, I was actually able to find a hunting rifle, which will be very handy on taking out those alpha wolves. So nothing too interesting in the morning time, but I would say finding that hunting rifle was definitely a big W for me. During the nighttime, I decided to go ahead and start planting the saplings so that I could have my own personal tree garden. And basically for the rest of night 9, there was nothing much exciting, so I just waited it out until next morning. I finally reached day 10, which is basically only 10% of this challenge that I'm trying to do. So for day 10, I decided to just do more exploring. I didn't really find anything too crazy, just a couple scraps and fuel here and there. I did end up finding the anvil crafting place, where basically you can craft like these very OP items. Only problem was my axe wasn't good enough to break down the wooden door, so I had to come back at another time. And since it was nighttime, the owl decided to spawn right in front of me actually. I decided to kind of just play around with it and, just kind of like make it mad, but it ain't got nothing on me. But other than that, day 10 was pretty much an alright day, nothing too crazy, and just moving on to day 11. Day 11, I just basically spent the whole day just trying to find an alpha wolf pelt, but my luck was pretty bad with the dropping, so I actually didn't end up finding one the whole entire day. While I was getting carried away, I didn't realize that the nighttime was already approaching, so I ended up scurrying off back home. But it already turned nighttime, and guess who spawned? That's right, the owl. After constantly playing some red light, green light with the owl, it took me a little bit, but I finally ended up getting home safely. By the time I got back, it was already turning to day 12, so after I cleaned up my base a little bit, I instantly started going back out again. On day 12, I actually decided to go ahead and go to the first child and see the chest that's underneath there. I wasn't going to save him, but I did indeed want to see what the chest was, so just wanted to go and take a quick stop by. I also opened up the door to see the child, but we are not here to save him, so I ended up just leaving him. I turned back to my base because my hunger bar was getting pretty low, and I wanted to clean up the food area because it was pretty messy all on the ground. And I completely forgot that it was a battle night, so I had to get ready for that. And by the time I finished up everything, day 13 ended up showing up, so I decided to go ahead and upgrade the workbench so I can make a sundial. I also made a compass too to just basically help me know which way I'm facing, and I made myself a freezer so I could put all my foods inside of there instead of all over the ground all messy. After just looking at the map and seeing where I've been to, I'm surprised that I missed a couple houses with stuff inside of them. I was thinking of going back, but I decided to go ahead and just do some fishing instead. Even though it was nighttime, I think I was pretty close to my base to where the enemy wouldn't spawn, so I'm pretty sure I was fine. The owl did actually end up spawning right in front of me, but it didn't really do too much damage to me, only because it only attacks me when I'm moving, so. And next thing you know, day 14 was already here. So for day 14, I ended up going off towards the southwest side and doing some exploring on that side since I haven't been over there. I did end up finding some seed berries, which is very good. So when I walk around the map, I can also like eat some of the berries off the bushes if I don't have any meat on me at the moment. And while looking around, I did end up finding an iron armor skin. And after a couple more exploring, I decided to head back home because it was already turning nighttime. The deer actually ended up spawning this time, so he was chasing me back home to my campfire. I decided to taunt him by dancing on him a little bit, but he kind of got a little bit too close and I ran away. And for the rest of that night, I decided to cut down some more wood and basically just upgrade my workbench some more. Okay, you know what? To be honest with you guys, there's really nothing that happens. This is the same shenanigan over and over again. It's just the constant grinding, constant farming, constant looking around, and just repeating the process the whole entire time, really. Now, at first, when you're like playing this game, it's pretty cool. But, you know, after a couple days, it's like, okay, now what do I do? Well, you keep doing the same thing over and over again. That's exactly what you do. There's really nothing like else to kind of like keep yourself occupied. So really, throughout the rest of these days, it was just me doing the same thing over and over again. And then when I finally hit it, I got my achievement. Decided to go run up on him while the animation was going on and watch him do this weird turn back thing, and that was it. That was game. That was lit. That was literally it. So sorry for like not too much uploads. Just been a little, you know, out of it, I guess. But I will definitely get back on it. Next video hopefully will be a lot better because this one was kind of sloppy in my opinion. But okay. Till next time. Bye bye.